Don't you dare take another drop. I'm sorry, Dad.
This cost of living crisis is really costing the living being me. Everything is so expensive. The way bills have risen is out of hand.
It's just crazy. It's not stopping. And Rachel Reeves, I don't understand what she's doing or what she's thinking, but it gets worse every day, and it's about to get a hell of a lot worse as winter comes.
The inflation monster in London, the UK, is unparalleled. It is unreal. Pounds are so scary.
Just a steak, and I come to the aisle and oh my god, the prices are disgusting. Is Tesco taking the piss? You step out, you breathe, you spend about 40-50 pounds on what?
You will literally sneeze, and before you know it, you spent £300. Like, I literally cannot leave my house on any given day and spend less than £100.
I think I've realised that in the UK we've really just been brainwashed to accept certain things that are being shoved down our throats and just go, okay. Certain things like rent, salary, you know, bill increases, stuff like that. Like
104 quid! Cost of living is going up. Cost of living is going up. It's too expensive.
So we all know the cost of living is ridiculous at the moment. I was wondering to myself, how much has food actually gone up by? 62% increase, but yeah, you're trying to tell me that it's only 4%. 4%.
Do you think the government needs to step in to help?
Will they step in to help?
Good question.
Have they ever stepped in to help? Have they done anything? No. They just give broken promises, empty words.
I call bullshit.
We need justice! Justice! We need justice! We need justice!
Welcome back to Broken Britain, where the cost of living crisis isn't just squeezing us, it's suffocating us. Every bill, every receipt, every rent payment feels like another punch in the gut. Your wages stay the same, if you're lucky, but everything else is climbing like it's in a race to bankrupt you. We're told things will get better, but for most of us, they're only getting worse. And while ordinary Brits are skipping meals, walking to save on bus fares and rationing heating, the people in power keep cashing their bonuses, hiking their salaries, and telling us to tighten our belts. This isn't bad luck, it's bad leadership. And if you're tired of being lied to, ripped off, and treated like your struggles don't matter, hit that subscribe button right now. Share this video, drop your story in the comments, and let's make sure they can't ignore us any longer.
So I've come into Tesco because I feel a little bit peckish, and I said to my sister I want to get some steak, just a steak, and I come to the aisle and oh my god, the prices are disgusting. Is Tesco taking the piss? 35 pounds. Tesco, what you doing? 2 beef rump steak. This is what I used to get in TGI's. Look at the prices for a piece of steak. I can't. We're not having steak tonight, darling. Nah, do you know what? It's just too much. 52 squid! Is this £52? No, I think it's that one down there. Oh! No. Tesco organic beef fillet. No, it is. Tesco organic. 52! Yep. Blood clot. What's this one? 560. Jesus. So if I pick up this and say, oh, let me get 2 of them, and I go to the 104 quid. Cost of living is going up. Cost of living is going up. It's too expensive. I used to buy meat for a tenner. Like, I used to feed the family for a tenner. So sorry, darling. We're eating water. Yeah.
I think I've realised that in the UK we've really just been brainwashed to accept certain things that are being shoved down our throats and just go, okay. Certain things like rent, salary, you know, bill increases, stuff like that. Like, people love to complain on the internet, but do we do anything about it? Do we not, like, maybe, I don't know, take an example from France, you know, things like that? No, instead we sit here on the internet complaining and criticizing other people who decide to voice their opinion on this and say, oh, for example, if I live in London, what would you expect? You live in an expensive city, of course you're going to pay expensive prices. So that means it's my fault for living here, but it's not the landlord's fault, and it's completely acceptable to charge me £2,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment, right? Expensive council tax. No, it's my fault for living in an area where the council tax has gotten expensive, not the government's for increasing it. Salary. No, it's my fault for accepting this job with a low salary because the job market is so bad right now that I'm forced to accept anything so I can make ends meet.
So we all know the cost of living is ridiculous at the moment. I was wondering to myself, how much has food actually gone up by? And it said between 4 and 5%. So on average, we're spending an extra £10 a month. I call bullshit. Some food items have gone up between 30 and 70% alone. I put into ChatGPT my regular shop, which is like eggs, chicken, milk, sometimes some mints or bagels, just that sort of thing. So between 21 and 22, it would have been around £36. Now it's £58. So a 62% increase. But yeah, you're trying to tell me that it's only 4%. 4%. An additional £22 a week. So I'm looking at an extra £1,150 a year just in my food. 4% my ass.
Don't you dare take another drop.
I'm sorry, Dad.
You know damn well the water bill is sky high.
I know.
At 50 quid a drop of water.
I'm sorry.
I thought we all agreed. 1 drop a day.
I'm sorry, Dad. I'm just so dehydrated.
Well, you know what you have to do.
Please don't make me do it, Dad.
Come on, son. It'll be good for the immune system.
This cost of living crisis is really costing the living being me. Everything is so expensive. The way bills have risen is out of hand. And then there's unexpected emergencies and unexpected costs that still happen because that's what adulthood looks like. I'm at capacity. I'm literally choosing between my mental health or paying all my bills. And paying my bills is winning because I need to stay alive. It's too much.
Everything that could possibly be going wrong for our pockets at the moment has gone wrong. And more is coming. I don't understand. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm at the point of the month where there just isn't enough money to pay for the stuff. And yet some of it... Maybe your kid doesn't need to go to that netball club after school, or maybe your son doesn't need to do that extra football. But equally, both parents have to work so much more now, and you want to be able to give them a bit of sport when they go to a state school and it isn't laid out on a plate for them. You want to be able to give them a little bit extra of this and that. And actually, some people just want to be able to give them food. So even me saying this, it's me saying it from a privileged position. It's just crazy. It's not stopping. And Rachel Reeves, I don't understand what she's doing or what she's thinking, but it gets worse every day, and it's about to get a hell of a lot worse as winter comes.
Do you think the government needs to step in to help?
Will they step in to help?
Good question.
Have they ever stepped in to help? Have they done anything? No. They just give broken promises, empty words. So I think at the moment, people don't have any faith in the government anyway. They feel they've been lied to constantly. And this is just another thing. And I think people are already struggling. People cannot pay their bills. People cannot put food on the table for their children. And there's, even people that are on a good salary. The money ain't going further. It leaves them, with £100 or less? Yeah. So, will the government help?
I hope they do.
I hope they do, but, even now, what we're facing with the Prime Minister as well, and the discussions, I don't know how much it's in their control to help, or if they're willing to.
On a serious note, we need to talk about this. Living in London is a sport. Why is it that living in London equals to you step out, you breathe, you spend about £40-50 on what? You'll be going home looking in your bag, there's barely anything there. I went to M&S, I tried to get lunch. I picked up a salad. I went to the till. When I scanned it, I saw £6, but it was too late. I can't return it. This is embarrassing. So I just paid for the salad. This is actually getting ridiculous. I can't even manage living here anymore. I don't know what to do. And I know some of you are gonna say, why are you going to M&S to buy a salad? It was convenient. I'm trying to get about my day really quickly. It was convenient. There's not a cheap Aldi store right next to my house. It's just an M&S. I just thought, let me pop in, see what's there. So Like, I think it's convenience as well, but still, like, this is crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
So I made this comment on another creator's page and it seems to be going viral. But living in London, you will literally sneeze, and before you know it, you spent £300. Like, I literally cannot leave my house on any given day and spend less than £100. And that's not me going out to go eat in a fancy restaurant or drive a Ferrari or go and do some expensive stuff. That is just me stepping out on a casual day. Things are literally so expensive now, it's actually got ridiculous. And I'm starting to get to the point where I don't understand how everyone is coping, especially if you live in London. I went for a food shop the other day and I must have got about 6 items and the bill was over £50. Like, it's actually ridiculous. And it's not all inflation. Inflation is there, definitely. But these companies and these producers are getting greedier. Not only are they charging us more, but the quantity of goods that you get is actually less. Crisps are less. Most of the bag in crisps now is air. Canned items, tinned tomatoes, plum tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, you're getting less and less, but you're paying more. And the quality is also going downhill as well. It just amazes me how expensive everything has got. And you need to be earning big bucks to have any sort of quality of life in this country, but particularly in London.
Has anyone else realized that the price of the Big Daddy chocolate at M&S has gone up to £8? The inflation monster in London, the UK, is unparalleled. It is unreal. Pounds are so scary. So I don't know if you've noticed, but I've noticed the viral stuff and how the prices have just gone crazy, because that's the stuff I've taken the most notice of. So the Big Daddy chocolate, when it first came out, and it's not even been more than a year that it's been out, it was £6.50 when creators were tasting it. When I eventually took the stand to go and buy it off the shelf, it was £6.75. Now this week I've seen it at £8. For my South African brothers and sisters, that is nearly 185 Rand for a bar of chocolate. That is insane. The other one I've seen is the M&S custard cream cookie that's a Easter egg that's supposed to look like the cookie. That has gone up to £13.25 at the services. It is normally £12 at the shops, which is an obscene amount already. But if you take the premium of going to an M&S at the services on a road trip, it is £13.25. That is a £1.25p difference. For what? It is already at a premium. So, by the way, I've also never seen that custard cream actually on the shelf. Every time I've gone to try and see if it's there, it is sold out. So let me know if you have seen these price increases, what you think about inflation in the UK. It is so obscene to see it like happening in front of your eyes and on stuff that's already at a premium. It is obscene.
Right, TikTokers, I hope everyone is doing well. This is going to be a little UK ranting video from somebody who has lived in Melbourne in Australia for the last 8 months and is back in the UK for a month. So first thing I want to say is the level of rubbish and shit all over the roads is disgusting. Number 2 is obviously going to be the weather. So it rains about 8 months of the year, but when it is sunny like today, you fucking sweat just breathing. Number 3, the cost of living. So when I was in London, my bills and everything were extortionate, and compared to Melbourne, I definitely found it way cheaper. Now, I went out the other night, and this kind of brought it all back home again. Went out the other night for a nice meal and some drinks with my missus, took her on a date night, had a great time. £400 for one night that cost me. In Melbourne, that would probably cost, let's say, the equivalent of about £100, £150 maximum. On top of that, you know, again, I guess number 4 is the cost of holidays. Oh my God, like looking to go on holiday at the end of this month. Spain, nearly £1,000 to go to Spain. Number 5 is going to be the people. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my friends and my family and everyone that I know that I lived here, but just like general day to day, like walking across the road, giving someone a smile, they look at you like you've got 10 heads. And then on top of that, just negativity all the time. Number 6, I think it's the food quality. I think it is shit here. Anything that's fresh, avocado, strawberries, goes off the next day easily. And I'm probably just going to do the last one as number 7, which is when I got off the plane in London, I just felt this sense of anxiety and overstimulation just being in this country, because it's just such a rat race. Like, everything and everyone is like a million miles an hour all the time. There's no sense of calm.
Don't do that. Can't done.
So basically, I think the UK is just an absolute shithole. And if you're ever thinking about moving, then I suggest you do. And also, I could probably come up with another 10, 20 reasons why you should move away from the UK. Obviously, if you've got a lot of friends and family here that are close, then it's a lot harder. I still miss mine, but the quality of life here is only going to get worse. And just the lifestyle, being able to afford anything, what's the fucking point, honestly? Thanks for coming on my little rant, and I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world.
This morning I thought to myself, where would the best place in the UK be to live for the average person who just works a normal job? So as you would, you'd pick the capital first, London, and I had a quick look at the prices. And then I realised living in London is literally impossible for the average person these days. Out of all the sources I found, the average wage in the UK is 34.9 grand per year. Obviously, London's going to be more, and out of all the sources I found, the average was £42.2 thousand per year. And if you're earning that much money, you're paying approximately 8.9 grand as tax. That is what you're left with per year. And in 2023, this is how much rent was in London. Obviously, we're in a recession now, which means it's probably going to be a little bit less, but I have to go off a source, so we're going to go off this. So over a year, you'd be paying this much. So this is the amount you're left with over the course of an entire year. 12 months work for that. Now, say you're spending £3 per day on food, which is extremely difficult as it is, but say you bought cheap, you meal prepped really well, and you only spent £3 per day. This is how much you'd be spending in the entire year on food. You're now left with that much. Now you're spending 842 quid on water. You're now left with this much. I'm going to literally take the cheapest one for the gas bill, and here's our remaining money. Oh, don't forget the electricity bill, 725 quid per year. We're now in debt just by living. Now, say you wanted to have a life, you wanted to enjoy your weekend or maybe go on a holiday once per year for the couple of weeks you have off from work, like 4 weeks. You're now in even more debt than that. Oh, and if you got like kids or a family or someone you need to look after and pay for as well, good luck. Now, I was speaking to a few Canadians the other day and they said it's way worse in Canada than it is in London. I'm thinking, what is going on over there? Is this just going to keep continuing like for the rest of our life until every single person in the country is in debt? And you wonder why Brits want to move abroad.
This comment, honestly, I'm crashing out a little bit today. I'm not going to lie about the fact that I barely afford to live as a single person who lives alone. I know I am incredibly privileged to be able to rent my own place. I have done flat share, like I've lived with partners and I have lived with friends and roommates. I don't think I could ever do that again. Like, the thought of somebody else in my house brings me out in fucking hives. Absolutely, like I couldn't. But like, if everything goes up again, like I lost my cat at the end of November last year, and I was thinking the other day, you know what, I think I'm ready for another one. But because everything has gone up since last November, like all the core kind of bills, so like rent, council tax, gas, electric, car insurance, they've not gone up by massive amounts, but they've gone up just enough that they have now swallowed any monthly budget I would have had to responsibly own a pet. And you just think like the way things are like insidiously creeping up in cost. And like I earn a pretty decent wage. But it's just like, it's not going to stretch any further if everything goes up again. Like, and because of that, I can afford to exist, but I can't afford to live.
Girl, it is not your fault. This generation has been through a lot. We've got the short end of the stick, basically. And the boomers might want to blame us. Some of them. There are some good boomers, but the boomers and the government love to blame us. It's like, not only have we struggled, the cherry on top is being gaslit, that it's completely our fault, that we're not working hard enough, that we don't want to work, that we are not saving enough money because we're spending too much money on avocados, and therefore we are not able to put a deposit down on a house. Nothing to do with the cost of living crisis or the job market crash that nobody actually wants to report on and pretend it's not happening. Like, sorry, I have decided today in my delulu little brain, maybe I've had a knock to the head, is that I'm a full-time content creator. If anyone asks me, I'm a full-time TikToker. I don't even get paid, but I don't care. That's what I'm doing. And I've chosen today, especially, to respond to the comments, the messages. I'm better with comments. Messages are hard sometimes because there's a lot of spam in there. Anyway, the point is video responses. I'm a human being. I'm going to be responding to your comments. Please feel free to comment anything you're going through. Anything. I know I'm talking about the job market, but anything you're struggling with as a young person, I'm going to be here. I'm also going to start doing some research on stats, what's real. And even then, some of the stats are skewed, so it's a bit hard. But I'm going to use my little marketing transferable skills for TikTok to figure out what is the data saying about unemployment in the UK, unemployment in young person age bracket, not sure what it is, 18 to 24 that might be, so I need to figure that out. I'm just here. I'm here all day. I might go live at some point while I do some research. That's what I've decided is going to make me feel like I'm doing something that isn't the same old thing. Because I keep doing the same old thing and it's not getting me anywhere. And everyone knows that famous quote that I'm probably now going to butcher, but if you always do what you've always did, you're always going to get what you always got. Something along those lines, okay? So I need to switch it up, and this is my way of doing it. Please like, follow, subscribe, whatever the hell. Just show your support, because this is it now. I've had one of those eureka moments where some people just wake up and they're like, yeah, okay, I'm quitting smoking today. I'm going cold turkey. And they change their life. That's the decision I've had today. I don't smoke. That's an example. My actual decision is TikTok, full-time job. I'm here all day.
This is what I'm like when I say living in the UK is... This is £2.50. Some might say this is what you get for shopping at M&S. But I just feel anyone? It's like the size of a boob. What the fuck? It's not even that great. It's actually not even that great. Crap.
The cost of living in the UK is out of control, like wildly out of control. Just went to Tesco's and did like a really small shop. I got like a bag of food, and not even like the amount of food that you could use to make a proper meal. Just bits like salad, fruit, some milk, some rice crackers, some crackers. What else did I get? Laundry detergent, but not the fancy one, because I never buy the fancy one because I refuse to spend like £5 on laundry detergent. So I got the like the Tesco own brand one. Anyway, guess how much this one bag of shopping cost me? £45. Cost me £45. Can you believe that? And like, who else remembers the good old days when security tags were reserved for, you know, department stores and perfumes and luxury items, clothing, expensive items that people couldn't afford to buy, or things that people could steal and make a profit from, right? Now we have security tags on food. On one of the 3 essential things that human beings need to live. You know, shelter, food, and water. You have to have food to stay alive, and there are people out there that have to steal it because they cannot afford to pay for it. And we're meant to be like a first world country. This is insane. And I'm not talking fancy food. I'm not talking Tesco's Finest or Waitrose. I'm talking just plain chicken, raw chicken, security tagged. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. This country is a mess. It's a joke, and something needs to be done about it. Like, I don't know about the economy and stuff like that, but surely there is something that the government can do to, I don't know, reduce the price of food, to take away some of the burden of the cost of living for the poorest people out there. Because I do not know how some people who don't have jobs and things like that, I don't know how they survive. I don't know how they do it.
So I do get a bee in my bonnet about this government and the fact that they're not doing anything for us. I've had my energy bill, and from what I'm being charged, my energy company is saying I am using £370 a month in gas and electricity. So for 4 household bills, gas and electricity, rent, council tax and water alone, without anything else, my outgoings are just over £1,200 a month. That's not even with food. That's not with diesel, car tax, insurance, internet. That, how are people supposed to live this day and age? And as a single parent, how are you supposed to live? At low income families, and my rent I pay on my house is not your average what you'd pay now. So if I was in a house that I was having to pay the average of what we're paying now, you're looking at £1,500 a month outgoings before you even think about putting food in your cupboards. How is this even our people supposed to live? And we have got people who have never ever lived on the breadline telling us how we should be spending our money and what we are able to live on.
Does anyone else on here use just Apple Pay? Don't carry any cards. Like, I don't have a wallet. Like, literally, I've fucking got some form of ADHD where, yeah, I'm losing shit. So it's perfect. I've got my phone. They accept it everywhere. And the amount of times I bought stuff and took it back and just get refunded, it's all fucking good. I just went in fucking parked in Lidl's, right? So I could go in a pie and mash shop. So I parked in there. And you got to buy something. Fair enough, I've used their fucking car park, do you know what I mean? So I've gone in there, picked up one of the cheapest things, a packet of fucking pita breads, 50 pence, slung it across the machine, bleep, come up, £2. I thought, fucking hell, they're a bit expensive for this shithole. So I fucking done the thing with my phone, and as the receipt come out, picked my thing up, went to walk out, and it's got like 5 bags I've been charged for. So I fucking said to the bird at the desk, right, like, I said, like, things just charged me for 5 bags. She went, oh yeah, it does that sometimes. She went, don't worry, come over here. So she took me over to the till. This was the self-serve bit, obviously. She took me over to this till. She put the thing in. She went, all right, scan, put your thing there, your Apple Pay. So I've done it with my phone, and it's fucking through a wobbler. So she went, oh, once it's done that, that's it. You don't get a second go with Apple Pay. It's fucked. Like, you basically, like, we can't do anything about it. I went, oh, that's all right. I said, I'll just have it in cash. It's like £1.50, do you know what I mean? And she went, oh no, we can't, it's against our policy, we can't do that. I said, you're having a laugh. I said, you've nicked £1.50 off me. I said, I ain't had 5 bags. And she went, well, she said, like, you'll have to go see the manager. So anyway, there's this tit over there stacking the fucking shelves. This is in Folkestone, by the way. So there's this tit over there stacking the shelves. I went over there, it was all polite. I just said, look, she said this, blah, blah, blah. He went, yeah, that's the rules. Basically just turned his back on me. I went, yeah, mate. I went, I know it's only £1.50. I said, but now I feel like you're taking the right fucking piss out of me. And he's like, yeah, what, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, do you know what? Fuck you. I walked off, and he started following me around the shop, and he knows I'm going to chaw something. So, and because it's a bit of a shithole around there, like, they're on people, do you know what I mean? There's probably loads of crackheads walking in and out there all the time. So, I thought, fuck it. So I walked out the shop, and as I walked out the shop, I went to ring like their head office. I Googled it, and the number's wrong. So I looked back in the shop, and that prick standing in there with the security guards, about 8 foot tall, skinny cunt, and he's fucking laughing at me. So I thought, what? So I fucking walked in there, like through the indoor bit, and I went and picked up another 3 bags of pita breads. I walked around the thing, I went to walk out, and they went, where you going? I went, well, I said, you charged me £2. I said, but I'm taking, like, the thing that's worth £2. So, like, I said, you ain't robbing me. He went, I've already told you, I've already explained to you, and I fucking felt like throwing a bag of them pita breads right in that cunt's head, right? But anyway, I didn't. Yeah, so basically, I had to walk out of there, yeah, because I didn't have a physical card. All I had was the Apple Pay. So I've had to just walk out of there with my fucking tail between my legs, or chin the keys and get nicked over £1.50. What the fuck's all that about? It's fucking theft, isn't it? I don't know, am I a cunt or what?
Well, sun's shining, sun's out, guns out. Well, I've just been to have 2 tyres fitted at the local garage, and just had a shock when I came to pay, because it's usually it's about between 10 and 15 quid. And he said to me, 50 quid. I'm like, mate, the tyres were mine. You know what I mean? I didn't buy them off you. He was like, yeah, that's how much it is. I'm like, Mate, I was here a few weeks back and I paid you like 15 quid. He goes, no, back in 1974, mate. I'm like, no, mate. I spoke to you, mate. You know what I mean? And he says, yeah, government's charging too much now for this, too much for that. So actually we're having to put up anyway, so. And I says, well, there's another place around here that does it for cheaper. And he says, yeah, but you won't get the same service. And I'm like, mate, I'd want a cup of tea and an armchair and everything for what you're charging me, dude. I was like, honestly, just sick and tired of everything just in this country, man, being so much money. It's unreal. Fucking Tesco's said their fucking profits are up 97%, you know, post-pandemic. I mean, that's fucking nuts, man, innit? And that's just disgusting. How are they allowed? But obviously the government ain't bothered because they're fucking paying more tax, aren't they? So they're happy about that. While everybody's on the fucking arse, can't even buy fucking food or fuck all. And it's 97% up, you know. Little Audi, they're all fucking well up at a time when they reckon that things are more expensive to, you know, to buy and everything. And obviously Brexit ain't helped and stuff, and that's another bullshit thing, what they can say, you can charge more. It's just crazy. Everything's just that one step. And like today I went for them tyres and I bought the tyres, managed to get them cheaper, but obviously by the time I paid this fitting, I ain't got saved fuck all again. So, you know, and then on top of that, obviously take a wheel off on my van and it's cracked, and the one I didn't think was cracked is cracked. So, and then these fucking roads are absolutely shocking, and it's the worst in Europe, no fucking doubt. I mean, I've driven Bulgaria, fucking Romania, and they are like light years ahead of here now. It's fucking absolutely crap here, and how much money we pay is unreal, man. So you lot must be all feeling the same time, and it's absolutely sick of it, day in, day out. No one's ever got any money because we just can't fucking save anything, because you just got everything just bills, and it's just going up twice, 3 times as much. But yeah, I mean, I know that's just a rant, because I'm fucking sick of just everything being down here. And the only good thing is the sun's out today, but obviously that's not going to last anyway, is it? So, weekend and then it's gone again. But yeah, well, anyway, hope you're enjoying more than I am, but I'm enjoying a bit of the sun now, so.
This cost of living crisis didn't just appear overnight. It's been years in the making. The result of greed at the top, bad decisions from the people in power, and a system designed to squeeze as much out of you as possible before you break. Every price rise is a decision. Every tax increase is a choice. Every cut to services is someone, somewhere, deciding that you, the ordinary worker, the taxpayer, the parent, the pensioner, can live with less so that they can have more. They've told us to tighten our belts while they loosen theirs, stuff themselves at taxpayer-funded dinners, and claim every penny of expenses they can. They've told us to work harder while they give themselves yet another pay rise. They've told us to hang in there while they swan off on holiday and leave us to pick up the pieces. And here's the reality no politician wants to say out loud. This crisis isn't just about numbers on a gas bill or the price of bread. It's about the mental weight that crushes you when you realize your pay doesn't last the month. It's about the shame some people feel standing at a checkout, wondering if their card will decline. It's about parents skipping meals so their kids can eat. It's about elderly people sitting in freezing homes because heating has become a luxury. It's about the people who keep the country running, nurses, delivery drivers, carers, shop staff, being treated like they're disposable, while billionaires get richer than ever. And they're banking on us staying quiet. They're counting on us being too tired, too busy, too divided to push back. But that's exactly why this channel exists. We're not just here to rant, we're here to connect people who feel like no one's listening to them. We're here to make sure these stories, your stories, don't disappear under government spin and corporate PR. So here's what I'm asking from you. Subscribe right now, because the bigger this community grows, the louder our voice becomes. Every new subscriber means another person they can't ignore. Share this video, send it to friends, post it on Facebook, drop it in group chats. Let people know they're not alone in this. Comment below. Tell me how this crisis is hitting you. The comments aren't just for me, they're for every person watching who needs to know others are going through the same thing. The more we speak, the harder it gets for them to pretend everything's fine. The more we share, the harder it gets for them to hide the truth. And the more we push, the closer we get to forcing change. We can't just sit back and wait for help from the same people who caused this mess. We can't accept that life in Britain will just keep getting worse. We can't let them convince us that this is normal or inevitable. If we're going to survive this, if we're going to change it, we have to do it together. Loud, unrelenting, and impossible to ignore. This is broken Britain. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Not if we refuse to give up. Not if we keep calling them out. Not if we demand better together. So subscribe, share, speak out, and let's make sure they know that we're not going away.